Welcome to the Hook Pod. I'm Chunk.
And I'm the Chippy. And today on the pod we have a guest, Robin Van Wyck, who is Rod Dog Adventures. If you want to follow him on YouTube, thanks for coming in, Robin.
No, thank you so much for having me. It's really a privilege to be here.
That's great. I'll call you Rod Dog, shall I?
Yeah, that sounds good.
It's a great name anyway.
It is a great name. What inspired you to call your channel that name?
Rod Dog Adventures. It's actually quite tricky trying to figure out a fishing YouTube channel name. There's quite a few out there. And then I was thinking, what are the two things I really love? Fishing. I really love dogs. Just sitting in the tractor one day. And then I was like, Rod Dog Fishing. No, never Rod Dog Adventures. And then it kind of just what I went with there. I mean, yeah, that's it.
Just stuck?
Yeah, I just went with it. And
does the dog get a go on the kayak anytime?
I need to still get the dog. That's the worst part.
You don't have a dog?
Many people have asked me, like, where's the dog?
Where does the barking come from?
Yeah. I tell them, don't worry about it.
New technology, you can get barking from anywhere.
Yeah.
What sort of dog would you get?
I'm looking at getting a Rhodesian Ridgeback, actually.
Oh, yeah.
Those are the dogs like I grew up with, but I was thinking a Rhodesian Ridgeback's probably not going to be the most practical thing on a little kayak. So,
No.
yeah, maybe a Kelpie or something. We'll see how we go.
Because of that accent of yours, Rhodesia used to be Zimbabwe, is that correct?
Yeah, that's
and you're
correct.
from a neighbouring country, South Africa?
Yeah, I'm from South Africa,
Yeah.
very close to the border of Zimbabwe, actually.
Yeah, I've known a lot of great Zimbabwean people. Fantastic people they are. A lot of them come to Western Australia. How did you get here to Western Australia?
By pure chance, when I finished high school in 2017, I didn't want to go to university or anything straight up. I still wanted to, just do something. And then I saw somewhere somebody suggested to me a company called Let's Live. And then through that, they have programs where you work at boarding schools throughout Australia and New Zealand.
Yeah.
And then I applied for it. And then somehow this happened, that happened. And then all of a sudden I was going to this strange place called Albany in Western Australia. Yeah, and then ended up working at the grammar school.
And you didn't know anyone here when you got here?
Not a soul, no.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah, so
Yeah. And you've been back and you've done a degree. What was the degree in?
environmental sciences.
Yep.
Yeah, so a big part of my love is for nature.
Tell us where you started your fishing career. Was that in South Africa as a youngster?
Yeah, that was in South Africa, purely freshwater fishing. For us, it's like 7 hours away from the ocean, and you don't really see the ocean often. And when you do, you're on holiday with your family, so maybe get to a jetty or something, but that's like once a year, maybe.
What sort of fish are we catching?
In the freshwater, largemouth bass. There are a few places that have smallmouth bass, but mostly largemouth, and then these fish called sharp-toothed catfish.
Oh,
So they don't actually have like big sharp teeth, just like tiny little sharp ones. But that was a massive part of it. And also in South Africa, like here, a carp is considered like a trash fish completely, which it is. It's like pretty invasive. Yes. Back home too, it's still a trash fish, but there we've somehow adopted this, like, it will definitely be a multi-million Australian dollar industry.
wow.
Of like, in the UK, how big they are about
Yeah,
carp.
carp are
Yeah.
big over there.
Yeah, in South
Fishing
Africa,
competitions, everything. Yeah.
it's just as big, yeah.
Wow.
Like you get so many. My mate that's actually down here, shout out Reese, he's part of fishing clubs, and most of those fishing clubs are just for carp fishing, and it gets so intricate, but it's so strange for me. Like I try to explain to my girlfriend here that your flavors are like custard or banana garlic or like Vegemite, well, Marmite, but just to give the audience here like an idea, the most random flavors, and they're these tiny little marshmallows, and then you get like millies, which is like maize just ground fine, and you put it in water and it creates like a doughy thing, and then you put it on like what looks like a spring with a little, like a burley. I think I've seen something
Burley cage sort of
yeah,
thing.
something
Yep.
very similar to that. And then you get it to the right consistency, put it as a ball, then you usually have 2 hooks hanging off of there. You put on a little marshmallow or a little maize, like a corn kernel, and then you dip that in what you want. So it's, like I said, there's anything. There's like stinky cheese, there's strawberry. My personal favorite is banana garlic. Like when I have done that fishing, and you just send those things out.
So you're eating them or you send them out for the fish?
It's just purely sport fishing. Hey, you can't believe it. Like people get so into that. They have like these catch mats because like you catch it, They take that mat, put it on whatever flat surface they can find. They wet it so the fish doesn't get hurt on it.
Yeah,
They have
yeah.
little bottles of medicine for if the fish got hurt during the fight or where the hook
No
went in its
way.
mouth. Put a
Yeah.
bit of medicine on it. and,
Really?
for carp, yeah.
What type of medicine are we talking?
I'm not sure exactly what it is, but it's like
What sort of medicine do we have over here? Usually a sledgehammer, isn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
the bladed type.
Because you're not allowed to put carp back in the water over here in Australia.
Ah.
That's
honestly, back home they are an invasive species at the same time, but it's just
So are
that
they
sport
native to
stuck,
South
yeah.
Africa or
No, not
they're
at
in
all.
English?
Yeah, they are English European carp, I think. Yeah,
I don't know if they're native to England or not, but they have a large amount of them over there.
They
and
do, yeah.
Yeah, it's massive. So maybe they did get to South Africa through the English or something like that.
yeah, no, definitely.
Do you have to fight off, like hippopotamuses and things like that when you go fishing over there? Or
Not everywhere, but there is one story where my friend that's actually here, when we were little, on one of the farm dams. Now, hippos are an animal that they can be surprisingly sneaky. So you can have a farm dam if it's near some sort of river or tributary that has them in there. For some reason, in the middle of the night is where they do most of their moving around. They can sneak into that like small farm dam, not like small farm dams here, maybe like probably a hectare big dam.
Yep.
And then we were on this like quite steep embankment, maybe like 10 meters high, and we were just catching little tilapia. I don't know if you've heard of the
No.
tilapia. I would say it's our equivalent of a brim.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, just in fresh water. They even look very similar. And then we had our little bobbers out, our little floats with the little earthworm on there, just chilling, having a good time. And then we just saw the water welling up like maybe 5 meters in front of us. And then hippos have these tiny little ears. And you see these tiny little ears come out the water, and then the head like causes the wake of coming out. And we left the fishing rods, and it was just
Yeah.
a little like
Yeah. Let's
Yeah.
go
bit
home.
of dust, and we were out of there. Yeah.
Wouldn't be a good bycatcher, hippo, I wouldn't have thought.
Yeah, no.
I hear more people get killed by hippos. I presume it's on the African continent than people get killed by any other source over there.
Yeah,
Hippos are the biggest killer.
yeah. When it comes to dangerous mammals, yeah, more than lions, more than anything else. Yeah, hippos are very territorial, and they are far faster than what you think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're
And they
good-
also,
good in
like-
water.
They have a strange aggression to them. Like they're a difficult animal to figure out their temperament. Yeah, they can be unpredictable. Definitely.
Yeah, wow.
You haven't done any coastal fishing over there, so it's mainly what sort of fish again?
Largemouth bass, like in America.
Yeah. They have large competitions in America and that.
Yeah,
for
in
the
South
bass and
Africa
that,
too.
don't they?
Yeah,
Yeah.
massive. That was what I really specialized in. I did some carp fishing, but largemouth bass fishing with lures and stuff. That's what I really love. Like
Is that
making my
light
own lures.
fishing?
Yeah, I think if you're trying to fish like a lot of lily pads and things, and you're throwing like big topwater frogs, you'd put on maybe. Some people go crazy. Like to us, crazy is like 40-pound line. Like you're really trying, but 20-pound, 10-pound line. That's mostly what you're going to be
Your
using for
typical
that kind
setup,
of thing.
is it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
20-pound is considered maybe a bit like heavier setup.
Yeah.
If you want to punch through like reeds and thick grass with like topwater lures because you want instant feedback. And,
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
How did you get into that? Through your family?
When I was little, my dad took me fishing, but he wasn't like a mad keen fisher, but he was into it. And then from there, you kind of like, and you know, some people just learn to love fishing.
Yeah,
It's
you got that drive or
Yeah, it's
spark,
like
and
this-
it's just like, I want to
yeah.
do that all the time.
Yeah, exactly. Like
Yeah.
you just can't, like that feeling of something binding in the rod, just like jerking in your hands and then like
Being out
figuring
in
out.
nature
Yeah.
and all that stuff.
Exactly. Yeah. It's therapeutic. Hey.
Yeah.
It is, yeah.
Yeah, well, you get the passion for it, and obviously you've got the passion for it because you've started a YouTube channel and you enjoy your fishing a lot by the look of it.
Oh man, I absolutely love it, and it's to me, it's so cool documenting kind of still primitive understanding of saltwater fishing. But as I like start to get a bit better and figure out like it's still exciting if I catch my first blue groper. It's going to happen any day now, and it's like maybe under 50 centimeters, but I'll still be super keen for it. And then as the channel progresses, like
Well, you might be
figure
doing
out
a bit
more.
more rock fishing for the blue groper, I reckon.
Yeah, I've been trying to get. I hooked up one. Like 3 weeks ago, somewhere towards Denmark. My mate, because I don't have a 4-wheel drive yet, but he took me out, and then he was showing me like, oh no, you should try put on a crab as a lure, and I was like, as bait, sorry, not lure. put on the crab, cast that thing out, and I was like, when you fish with something, you don't really have confidence, but
Yep.
you just like, you taking advice. Cause
Hope for the best.
yeah, they're just like, I'm like, okay, a crab, like what's really going to work? So he's got a 20-pound setup. Now I'm with my like 80-pound setup because I'm like, I'm not losing my first big fish. It's not going to happen again. And then I'm just sitting there, but I have no hope. Then I just see his rod absolutely just buckle and
Yeah.
then just gone.
So you were using fresh crab?
Yeah, fresh crab.
Fresh crab, yeah.
Yeah, and then that happened. Then I was like, okay, now I'm a believer. Now I'm sitting there holding my rod with both hands. And then not long, a few moments after, I just felt a big thump and then a really big thump. And then I had it on for about 3 minutes, and I saw where my FG knot was. It was maybe 30 centimeters above a bit of a ledge. And I was like, okay, I've seen my leader line. I can maybe actually get this done, because it was a nice fish. He reckoned it was 20 kilograms, but when fishermen are hyped up, so maybe 15 kilograms.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Take
You
a
never
few
know.
off it.
Yeah. And then as I saw that, I was like, oh man, I'm going to get it. And then he just had one turn. And as he went down, I just saw that FG knot go over that little ledge, and there was a barnacle, and then it's like a gunshot and snapped off. But
See you later.
oh,
It's amazing how those little red crabs,
yeah.
how good they are for the
Yeah.
groper, aren't they?
It's so like how they can
It's ridiculous.
actively search that thing out. And
Yeah, and
want it.
unweighted. Throw them
Yeah.
over unweighted, and they're just so good.
There are a lot of blue groper around.
Yeah.
They're not the best eating fish in the world. They're quite bland, but they have they're very thick flesh. You can cut them into a lot of fillets, but we find them a little bit bland. But I mean, you like your chili, I reckon, and you could put a really good paste
Spice it up that
chili.
way.
Yeah, something like that would be really good, because you can put Cajun lemon pepper. It brings the flavour out in it a bit.
You're obviously out east of Albany way there where you live, which is
Yeah.
good country for them out there. You don't have to go too far from home.
all right, I haven't even, it's like literally been the latest adventures. Like I need to get this blue groper thing.
Yeah, no.
And so, yeah, that's great news to, go head out on those rocks there.
Yeah, they're like all through East Cozy Corner and Chains,
Yeah?
and then all along the coast there. It's good.
What's that small beach, that really good one over in Two People's Bay that everyone talks about? It's not Little Beach, is it?
Yeah, Little Beach.
Little Beach.
Yeah.
Where you have to walk around a bit.
Yep.
And in the middle of the beach, there's some rocks.
Yep.
Well, we went over there one day and we were going for abalone. And Brad was in there and he took his spear gun and he come back with a blue groper about not far off a metre or something
Jeez.
like that. And we went there a couple of months after that, and there was a guy, we went there for a swim and
Yeah.
we had some friends down and we were just there, and another guy walks out of the water with one over his shoulder.
Yeah.
Probably 800, 900 long or something like that. We said, what is this place? Blue groper everywhere.
Yeah.
No, they're everywhere
So
out
they're-
there.
Two
This is
people-
music to my ears.
Two
Yeah.
People's Bay is a good place
got
to
You
go.
don't, you don't have to go far from home.
I'm busy like fidgeting with my leg here now. I need to
And-
get out there.
And you get out there in your little two-wheel drive.
Yeah.
That was a few years ago,
Yeah.
and that's obviously around Betty's Beach and Norman's Beach and, all around there. What else we got to talk about? Torbay Inlet.
Yeah.
When did you go out there?
One of my mates was doing active farmers, like that obstacle course thing that they do.
Yeah.
It's like an event. Sorry if I butchered that a bit, but that's all I knew about it, because she just messaged me and she was like, hey, listen, my partner can't make it to do this obstacle course thing. I know you're into like running and that type of thing. Then she was like, can you please join? And I was like, oh yeah, cool. But for me at that time, I was like so driven to get this YouTube off the ground going. So I was like, okay, if I'm going to take off that time, what is around there that I can like actually do? And it was in the Torbay area. So I just went on Google Maps and I saw this big Torbay inlet thing. I was like, oh, there surely has to be something in there. So I knew nothing about it. I didn't even know what the car park, what you need to pay to get in there. So I went and did that. Then straight after, didn't have a shower, got onto the kayak, got that out onto the water. And then I was trying to catch mulloway. That was what I thought would be there, because also what I'm mostly comfortable with fishing. And then, just trawling some 5-inch paddle tails or something.
Yeah.
Something like maybe it's a bit smaller than that. But anyway, and I was just not having a good time. It was just raining. Conditions were terrible. I was like, I just wasted a lot of petrol now to get out here and do this. And then, all of a sudden, something thumped my soft plastic. And then I was like, this is not fighting like a mulloway. Yeah, it was this, but it was really like a nice fight. And I was fishing with the little bait caster. And I got that thing aside and I just saw like this golden color and I was like, oh my goodness, this is like a proper brim. I'm not even a massive brim fisherman, so I don't even think I have the proper appreciation for a fish that size.
It was a good size fish.
Yeah, and then got that one in, and then I was like, oh man, I need to come back here. But then yeah, life just happens and I haven't like got around there. But I reckon when I get my first tinny, I recently got my skippers, then I'm gonna head there and like try get like into some proper brim fishing.
Yeah. You've got a pretty simple kayak. You've done a bit of fishing out of it. Is it easy when you get a big fish on to stay on that kayak?
I've had one mulloway where I've hooked it and it wasn't on camera, but where it was started to, what would happen is if it's pulling me and I'm going in the direction that the fish is going, that's fine.
Yep, you're keeping it straight.
Yeah, if it's near the bottom of the boat and it starts doing like a weird turn underneath and it causes you to turn like that, that's when like the side of the kayak and you like have to...
You got to keep balanced.
Paddle back with wet jocks for a bit, but yeah. But yeah.
Because you've done a bit of mulloway fishing?
In 2018, when I said that I came, I was still a mad fisher back then and I knew nothing about salt water. I was so bad that I thought maybe that river there, it was trout that were following my lure when I had my first cast, and then I realized this is full salt water when I had a taste, and then it turned out to be brim.
Yep.
And then many nights I spent under that fishing platform, and through that, like I started to figure out the mulloway because it was this interesting way of like I had no license, but fishing the exact same spot that's a mediocre fishing spot over and over and over and over and over and over again. It really started to give me a better idea of like what time to catch herrings, what time to catch mulloways. Okay, mulloways, if you're shining a spotlight in the water, even for maybe it's depending on area. I can only talk about that place, but it's night and day. You shine the spotlight there, even when you're just starting, no mulloway is going to come near there. If you keep dead quiet and you just throw lures, you will get them. Or this night they want vibes and things like that. So that was a blessing in disguise. It was so frustrating fishing one spot the whole time, but I couldn't help myself. I was always out there, and then you
learn so much.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, especially coming from South Africa to Australia and not knowing the species, like you were saying, you didn't know if you were catching trout or whatever, and then going to places you've never been to. Take the time out of your schedule to actually, like you say, you've got to work. So you're on weekends and you got to spend all that time, and you want to have a YouTube channel to get the content that you need. It's a lot out of your week, isn't it?
Yeah, it's many mornings. Like you're tired from work, you get back, but you need to make this thumbnail put together, or you need to get this SD card clean so that you have space to do this, and then you wake up at 4:00 in the morning to get up. And you go edit for an hour, and then you start work, and then you go to work, and then you check, it's brilliant weather, and then you look at the swell, and it's like 20 meters swell on Saturday specifically when you can go, and then just planning around that, and like the amount of times you go out and you're like, this is my one day, I need to get a video, and then nothing happens. But it makes it so special that when you go out and something cool does happen, it makes it so worth it. And that I can share it with everybody back home, because obviously I do miss my family, and like being able to show everybody back home, like this is where I am, this is what I'm doing, and just document my like favorite thing in the world, fishing.
You've got to be passionate if you're spend all your spare time out there fishing. If you're not passionate, you're not going to be doing it, are you?
No.
Yeah, exactly. Hey.
Squidding, you like a bit of squidding too?
Oh yeah, that's definitely something I've got into.
The Kraken.
Oh yeah, the Kraken's boys. Oh man, there's a video that'll come out after this. I took my South African, because it's my birthday, my girlfriend actually paid for him to come. And he grew up with me. He's the same guy with that hippo that I was talking about earlier. And took him out squidding because we went out near Bald Head, but then it got a bit rough. So we just in one of those small bays there. And then I didn't think of bringing squid jigs with, but in my bag I have that like terrible, scruffy looking squid jig that's at the bottom that I never actually take with when I want to do it. So I tied that on for him. And did he not pull out a squid that I think had a 40 centimeter hood?
No way.
Yeah, like a cast after cast of that thing.
Oh, he would have thought that was great.
Yeah, no, he was honestly to me, I was like, no, this is, honestly, is it always this easy? And I was like, no.
Did you take that squid jig off him straight away?
Yeah, I did. I made sure that got put away nicely.
Yeah, that's my good one.
That's my favourite.
Got treated a bit better now.
Yeah.
Promoted in the tackle box.
Yeah.
You can't actually miss down here with squid. There's squid everywhere. We just went out there near
Quarrenup.
Quarrenup.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That,
Quarrenup Beach.
right there in front of the jetty and that. We anchored there one day and we caught as many squid.
And you got the old ship that's
Yeah. That's recently where I've been going. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's surprisingly shallow where the
It
biggest
is.
squids are.
Very
Yeah.
There's
shallow,
plenty
but-
of squid.
Yeah,
so
everywhere,
productive.
hey.
Yeah.
And then you can go around the other side where the submarine buoy is and
Yeah.
there's plenty of squid there.
Yeah.
Or you can go out deeper.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's so many squid out there. What else are you passionate about, Rod Dog?
I'm getting into spearfishing. I'm still just scared of those mini buses with teeth that you guys have down here. So hopefully I
Don't know
never
what you're
see one.
talking about there.
Oh, right.
So have you done any spearfishing before Australia?
No, not at all.
No. And you got a spear gun?
Yeah, I've got the gear, but no
Yep.
idea. Yeah.
Well, you never know. Someone might contact you after listening to you and say, come spearfishing with us. There's a
Yeah.
lot of spearfishers down here.
I reckon
Yeah,
you want to go out with the Chip's son. He loves it.
The chip son. Oh, right.
Yeah. My son, he's a
Yeah.
mad fish. He's a mad fisher and diver and hunter and
Oh, awesome.
everything
yeah.
else.
Another thing I must say that I really sorry, I was thinking about your question, is wood carving. And I really enjoy making fishing lures. That to me is like it tickles my primitive brain of making a fishing lure, like making the eyes to put the trebles on and everything, and then painting it and getting that done, and then eventually catching a fish on that.
Yeah.
That to me is definitely something I'm big into that I want to start bringing into the channel.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
And if you can use all your own gear to go and catch a meal, it's that's pretty special.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that would
yeah.
be cool. And archery,
Yeah.
like I've did it all like completely legally, but before spearfishing, is archery was my biggest love behind fishing, obviously. But I really want to get into more bow fishing down here. I think there's a lot of actually untapped potential.
Yep.
Yeah, like mullet in the river, that'll be good. I've got a brim before, that was pretty fun, but I haven't been back at it. I've heard cobbler. Heard quite a few things about people spearing cobbler at night.
Yeah.
That sounds like it could be quite fun. Make a good
Spearing
video.
them in your foot as well.
Yeah.
They're a bit
we,
dangerous.
We get a few cobbler through the shop.
Yeah, we sell a lot here.
Oh,
but, they're muddy black looking thing they are, but they look like eels.
What do they taste like?
Oh, pretty good. Yeah, they're brown flesh. They're not like your most of your saltwater fish, white fleshed fish.
Oh, interesting.
It's a bit mushy. It's a nice fish. Some people hate it. Some people love it. Especially down this way, you've been eating cobbler for a long time because all the estuaries and around the foreshores have got cobbler. And if you go out at night with a torch and you can see them around your feet, around the rocks and around the weeds and things like that. Yeah, you should be able to spear them. Yeah, shouldn't have a problem because I think they're a bit dumb, the old cobbler.
Oh, right.
I don't know if they're that fast moving.
Yeah, my shooting's probably not
I
as good
just,
as what it
just
used
wait
to
for
be.
you to
either.
step on them and hurt yourself.
Yeah.
What's your longest fishing trip you've been on?
I haven't done too much other than overnights because I've done long weekends back home, like carp fishing, because that's a lot of in the middle of the night. It's actually super interesting. Like in carp fishing, right? Because it's fresh water, everything's super calm. So you'd actually have these little alarms that have a small wheel on them, like a V. And in the middle of the V, for the people who can't see my hand demonstration, is a small wheel. And that V holds your rod up. And where your line goes under your rod, between that V, it runs over the wheel. And that wheel, as soon as it spins, it lets out this really loud alarm. But carp fishermen are a little bit crazy. Like it gets to the point where they want to be up near the chalet or wherever they are drinking. It's connected to a device that you keep in your pocket or on your shirt. And if it starts running, it like beep, 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 beep.
You come running
Yeah,
down.
you come running down, you catch your fish, and you don't
Put your beer down and
Yeah, exactly.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah, so a couple of those trips. But yeah, it's only been overnights because, also just getting friends that are like keen fishers and stuff because, overnights is just the weekends. And to plan something bigger is like I probably want to go with somebody who has a better idea than me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, there's plenty of places down here to go fishing,
Yeah.
and right along the coastline, all the way from here to Esperance. I mean, there's so many great places, and to get away on tracks where there's not a lot of people and that as well, and do your own thing, and film and things like that on your own. There's so much. You've fished a lot of it, Chunk, haven't you?
Yeah.
Gone down a few bush bashing tracks.
Yeah, been on Google plenty of times on the old Google Earth and
Trying to find your way out of the bush.
said, there's a bit of water, let's go there. But I had an old four-wheel drive that if I got a scratch I didn't care about, so we went to a lot of places.
Did you ever have difficulties? Because that's the one thing, like four-wheel driving sounds amazing here. But if you're in the middle of nowhere, what happens if like a CV joint snaps or something like that? What do you do?
Well, we usually go in like 2 cars together
little
most of the
convoy.
time.
Yeah, buy a Toyota.
That does help.
Yeah.
There's a lot of Toyotas in Africa too, isn't there?
Yeah, no, we
farm
love a
vehicles
Hilux. So
Yeah, absolutely.
That's what I had.
Oh, yeah?
Old 2.8 Hilux, non-turboed,
Couldn't go wrong.
very gutless. Couldn't go over 100 k's an hour.
I think the African continent and Australia, being a very big island, the most Land Cruisers are sold in these 2 countries, I think. Yeah, because of the harsh conditions. It's obviously pretty harsh in Africa, isn't it?
Yeah, no.
Yeah. And there's a lot of outback, a lot of dirt roads, and the farming community over there, same as here, You need something that's so reliable. And
Yeah, even in people's preference, like as you say, back home, Toyota is also very highly praised. as it
Yeah,
is
yeah.
here. Like Cruisers, Hiluxes are always going to be the top of the range, and then anything else might even be better, but the people are loyal to
Yeah.
Toyota.
It's just the reliability, isn't it?
Yeah, reliability and often good warranties on them too.
I was thinking back to you making your own lures, It's funny you say that. Just before you come in, I seen this video on Instagram, and it was just this bloke had his little Dremel out and he's a little shallow diver just for the rivers, and he's hacked the back end of the tail off. So he's hacked the back treble off, and he's got like a corkscrew of some description, and he arrow-dieted that into the inside of the lure, the hard body.
Yeah.
And then because that's got like a corkscrew that you can wind, and then he's cut the head of the paddle tail off, like the shad, and wound that up it. So it's like
half.
It's got
like
the
a
action of
Frankenstein of a lure. Yeah.
It's got the action of the hard body, but then the flicker of the shad, hanging off the back.
Yeah, why buy milk when you can have the whole damn cow?
Yeah, I know. And then you've obviously got the treble in the middle, and that's,
He'll be experimenting with that.
If a fish wants to smack a lure, it's going to hit in the middle of the fish.
Yeah.
You might have to try that one.
Yeah, that sounds like a good idea.
So,
There's a lot of people making lures.
Oh,
and
yeah.
We've had some people on here who are good lure makers.
Yeah.
And, I mean, when you're out there fishing and you actually realise what the fish eat and how they react, like you were saying, under the bridge, you work out what they're going to take. And, a lot of the time you're throwing stuff in there that they're just not going to take. And if you can work it out and make it yourself, you'll have a lot of success, especially putting all that time and effort in to find out what attracts them.
Yeah. To me, I don't know why, like, if it makes me slightly autistic or something, but the fact to make the lure, put it together, film making the lure, get that, cast it out one day, be at the right place at the right time, catch the fish, get that fish in, get the picture with the fish. It's almost like you don't even want to keep the fish. You're just like so thankful for that, that experience.
I know it works at last.
Yeah.
It swims properly.
Yeah.
Now, you like cooking your fish?
I'm learning.
Because you're out there and you spend all that time catching it, so you want to eat it. And obviously for you, it's to see what these type of fish that you haven't, caught before taste like.
Yeah.
What's your favourite fish so far?
I'm honestly going to say people think this is controversial. A herring.
Yep.
I really enjoy
No, that's
herring.
not controversial.
That is not controversial.
Bread and butter fish.
Yeah.
People who have been living on the coast for all their life, that's what they love eating.
Oh,
Skippy, herring, in the pan.
Yeah.
Can't beat it. Sweet, you got to get through the bones, but they're so sweet.
It's beautiful, yeah. Like I've tried herring as probably butchering. I don't know, sushi. That's the best way. Raw, yeah. I've tried it raw, and it was good. And the best I've ever had was I took the whole herring, head and everything, scaled it, gutted it, put that in a pan, fried it with just a little bit salt, pepper, got it kind of crispy on the outside.
Yep.
That the skin like peels off like that, and that was beautiful. Like I've honestly not had a fish that like
they're
tastes
great.
as good.
They're great.
But I haven't caught many cool fish though. So
No, but I'm sure you will.
Yes.
And what are your plans for the next few years?
Next few years, carry on farming. When I've done my time in farming, then probably go into FIFO with Enviro job. And then hopefully by some stroke of luck, Rod Dog Adventures picks up a couple more followers somewhere and then maybe turn that into my full time one day. But there's only one thing between me and that's the work and time. So just got to do it, eh?
Keep punching out the
I
hours.
was going to mention what you're going to do with Rod Dog Adventures because it does take time and effort, but you're going to seriously put some time and effort into it, obviously.
Yeah, definitely. I won't lie. It's pretty demotivating. And I'm sure you guys in your journey of creating a podcast, which is no easy task either, to keep at it and be like, okay, like
repetition.
Like you're saying, to actually just, okay, we're going to do one this week. I'm not feeling too great or something like this order needs to go, like, do it consistently. Even when you're not feeling like doing it, that's where the magic is, I think.
It's easy to have excuses.
Yeah, exactly. And sometimes I have definitely, I can't lie, being like, it's just the weather's not great or it's going so slow. It feels like this is like all for nothing. But, and then again, I'm just like, no.
What about your girlfriend? Did she get out there fishing with you?
I must say I'm truly blessed. Shout out Maddie. Is she
an Aussie?
Keen. Yeah, she's an Aussie.
Loves
from
the fishing.
The countryside in Southern Cross. So it's super helpful that she also understands the lifestyle of being a farm hand. It's like the unpredictable hours of when work is going to finish or not.
Yep.
And then she is so good at like wanting to get into my hobbies. Like she loves fishing, but now it's to the point like her and a friend now go out on their own to like the islands on her friend's boat, and those two girls will go out catching like she's caught a blue groper. I haven't caught a blue groper on jigs and stuff like that. And then I always get the picture. I'm busy like drenching sheep in the sun, and there's flies in my ears and my mouth, and I just see pling, and then I check a picture of a blue groper, and they're like, "Oh, you should be here," and I'm like, "Yeah, I wish I could." Yeah.
Instead of on my tractor.
Yeah, but no, she's great. Yeah.
What goes into putting a video out there? Everyone thinks, "Wow, that's easy. Let's go and do something like that."
It starts by like, for example, if you're still in the workforce and you're doing this simultaneously as working, it'd be like, okay, on Friday night, or you have to make sure the drone is charged, that's packed. Do I have water? Is there gas in the little gas cooker? Where am I going to go on this rock? Okay, let's say I'm going for this fish, but that fish doesn't work out and I need to have some sort of catch and cook. What am I going to do in that case?
Need a backup plan?
Yeah, in that case scenario, like how am I going
Back to the herring?
Yeah, the good old, I think that little fish has saved me so many times. I think it's out of pure love that I love little herrings there.
Can't miss them. And head torches.
Yeah.
Where do you put it all? Yeah, you got a couple of bags that you keep at the door all ready to go?
Those Kmart 5-liter waterproof bags have saved me. Those, you can't go wrong with them. And yeah, pretty much pack it all, put it in the door. But then on the work week before that, it's like a lot of time in the tractor is just saying, okay, what'll be a good video? Why can I do this? What's happening with the swell in the weather? Where can I go if this doesn't work? And then putting all that together. And then at the same time, while you're planning your video for that week, you're also in the morning. So I'd kind of split during the work day when I can just think of what I'm going to do and what I need to remember, I try and do that. And then before my conventional work day, I was like spend 4 to 7:30 editing, well 7 to 7:30 like packing lunch and stuff, just editing for a video coming out, and then during the day thinking of what I need to put out, and then at night when it comes to the Thursday, Friday before the weekend, be like, okay, what's here, what do I need to pack, what lures am I going to use, put this together, that kind of thing. But yeah, it's a lot of effort, and a lot of people, like as you say, don't see the amount of admin that goes into it, or often you do all of that and then you get out, and then the worst for me is the one day I went to Waichinukup. I had this whole first camping video planned and everything. I was so keen for this all to get together, start getting the drone out, have the tent up, start getting these cool drone shots, feeling like a proper influencer here, thinking this is going to be the best video ever. And then I realized I forgot the gas canister for the...
Oh, no.
You couldn't do a cook-up.
Yeah, it completely ruined it. So.
I think this is where the chip buddy come into play.
Yeah. So I was like, you
the
can't
chip
go wrong.
roll.
Go back to a good old chip roll, fisherman's best friend. Yeah.
That was a pretty good chip roll too, I can tell you.
It was pretty nice.
Yeah.
Probably the most gourmet one I've ever had.
See, you've come up with backup plan. That's
backup
good.
plan number one.
Yeah, exactly. Just try and make a plan. And eventually it'll work out. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a long way to go back to get the gas bottle in it, I suppose.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
Now, I saw one of your videos with the drone, and it didn't look like a fishing drone, but it had a drone with a peg on it. Did you make that yourself?
Yeah. One thing I've learned is being pretty resourceful, and I have this like for the better and for the worse idea in my head, like a fishing lure. I'm like, I can try and make that myself, or like a fishing drone. I'm like, I can try. Figure maybe this would actually work.
Because a fishing drone's probably $5,000 or something like that.
Really expensive, hey. And I was like, my cheap little DJI Mini 3. I was like, the one morning, it was in my sleep that I was like, I've seen some guy use a clothing peg, but I was like, how am I going to attach it then? I just was busy editing. And I was like, I have to try this. So I left that, ran to my drone, took one of those like little like rubber tie wire things.
Cable tie?
Yeah, it's like a piece of really malleable wire that's covered in rubber that they usually use to attach stuff. So I took one of those, cable tied that tight to the back of the drone, and then its end tag, I just cable tied a clothing peg to that, and then I grabbed like a little 5-liter empty bottle that I had. And I was like, surely this is gonna work. So I went outside, got the drone out quickly. It's still in my jocks, like it's cold, but
Middle of the night.
No, like 5 in the morning because like in
God,
winter. But I was like,
coldest part of the morning.
yeah, I was just so
Coldest part of
excited
the
about
day.
this idea, and then attached that thing, and then I sent that thing all the way to the other side. The sheep were like, "What the hell is this guy doing?" He's absolutely lost it. And jerked my rod, and it pulled out the clothing peg and fell exactly where I wanted. I was like, "Oh man,
I'm on.
No way.
this is gonna open up some doors."
Yeah, I'm getting some big fish here.
But there's a tragic story I have to tell you guys. I used that thing so many times, maybe like probably 50 baits taken out with it. But then I went to Shelley's Beach.
Yep.
I went there with a mate. I wasn't filming. I was showing him like, oh, this is what I do with my drone. Like thinking like, oh yeah, look what I can do with my drone. Thinking like, this is
Check
the coolest.
me out.
I've been so successful with it.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, no, I was like, no, I put on a bit of a heavier weight, everything. And it worked. Sent it out a few times. Like, okay, we're going out. Just hooked up on a ray or something. But then when the wind started coming through, I didn't realize until later that at that spot is actually a place where people do hang gliding or paragliding.
Yes.
Oh.
So there must be some weird updraft that happens just out at a certain point. And when the wind picked up, what it did was it caused the line to like loop up like really high, and that
Hit the propeller?
I caught on the propeller, and then it was just like I looked down, and I was like, aircraft not connected. And it's so solemn, like the remote that it has a screen. It just goes like red and gray, like you died in a video game. And I was just like, oh man. But then I realized like if you mess around with those kind of things, it was eventually going to happen. But it served me well, and I can get a replacement for not too bad. I think like $500. So yeah, I get another one. I don't think I'll go drone fishing.
It was under warranty, was it?
No.
No, that's what happens, doesn't it? But you got to keep experimenting.
Yeah,
you don't get anywhere unless you keep experimenting.
I mean, you had 50 good goes at it. So,
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I chose probably the worst place to go drone fishing, but yeah, you learn here.
You've caught a salmon or two down here now, the Australian salmon.
Oh yeah.
And what did you think about eating them?
I must say, people talk, and you're like, I was thinking, oh man, it's going to taste like I've heard dog food.
That's what I talk usually. Yep.
Yeah. Old kangaroo. It's like I've heard all.
Actually, my dog doesn't eat it.
And then I had it thinking the absolute worst. But honestly, what it tastes like to me is just like canned tuna, like that real firm kind of like a bit dry kind of taste.
Yeah.
Yes. Then I was like,
I think we're too spoiled.
We are too spoiled. Yeah.
Yeah, I actually wanted to hear from you guys, the professionals. Like, I need to end this. Like, what do you honestly think about salmon compared to other fish? But we got to answer now.
Well, it's actually when you fillet it and you see all that blood in there, even though you've bled them and you still got to cut all the blood out of it, that puts me off straight away.
Yeah.
It won't even get onto the grill or in a pan. I've smoked it once. The father-in-law smoked one when we were over at Hammersley Beach, over near Hopi, which is a great place to catch salmon, and it was fantastic. But it's the only way I've eaten it where it tastes any good. So it was smoked in, the wood chips in whatever flavour he had at the time, and that was the only way we cooked it that tasted nice. Any other way it was no good.
Yeah, true. I suppose to me it was, for me, it's like salmon's probably like the first bigger fish that you start catching, like in your understanding, like saltwater journey.
Yeah.
And then just having it, then it'd be like in a video, like thinking of what is my honest opinion of like trying these things out after hearing such like real bad opinions. And you think it's obviously not a great fish, but I thought it was a lot worse than what it's going to be. Like absolutely can't handle it.
Yeah.
What did you do with it? How'd you cook it?
I've cooked it in a few ways. I just plain simple of just crumbed it. I think one I did which was pretty good was I took chicken crimpies and I crushed those up and then basically just made that as like the crumb for the fish and cut it thin, just like the best cuts that I could get off it, away from it. And I used that. But one thing I found with salmon though is once you've crumbed it and cooked it, the next morning in the fridge, I don't know what happens. I don't know if it draws in more moisture again, but it's way, way better the next morning compared to when you cooked it fresh. But yeah, that's about as good as salmon gets for me. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, well, I'll see if the dog likes it the next morning then.
Cat food.
Now, mulloway fishing.
Yeah.
Do you think that you'll be doing a lot more mulloway fishing?
Definitely. I think I've just been put off for a while because of the amount of fresh water that has come in. Because where I am farming, I'm actually kilometers and kilometers and kilometers up the Carken to where it's fresh water. And then from there, I can see where the water level is really high. And then I've learned that often when the fresh water comes through, then I don't know if the bait fish leave and then that causes the mulloway to leave or not. Because remember recently there was a big die-off of brim in the Carken.
Yeah.
And I went back
back in March, I think it was.
Yeah.
When we had all that rainfall very quickly.
And I went there and I saw, and I was like pretty sad because I've like grown an attachment to that river at this point. Like I really like, I love the ecosystem that it has there and like just the peaceful nature of the place. And then I saw not one brim, and that is like so out of character for that. Like not anything alive there. And I was like, oh no, this doesn't look good.
No.
So then I had a couple of live baits out with me then. Like this is the first time that I actually took Maddie with me mulloway fishing. I was like, oh, firstly I was sad because the river just did not look healthy. And then I thought, okay, maybe if the brim are gone, the mulloway must be gone too. And then it got to about 7 o'clock at night, no hits on a live bait, busy dancing and doing work down there. And then all of a sudden, then it started turning on, hey. And then I saw that the mulloway, they're all still there, but the brim had left.
Yeah.
Which is like actually like
strange.
Yeah, it's so weird.
So there might be a hardier fish, mulloway.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
They can take the conditions.
The bait fish get affected more because the bait fish were caught way further down river. And then, just headed upriver, and then they were still there. But
do you find you get them on live bait more than lures?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
It got to the point where like, okay, live bait. I think any like real fisher, like you can catch fish, but then you actually want to make it harder, if that makes sense. Then you like, okay, if I can get it on this lure kind of thing. So but live baits definitely definitely the go. They work really well. Yeah, the biggest one I've ever seen there was like on a chunk of, probably not lying, like 500 grams of just squid that was in a plastic packet with a little hook through it, just lobbed out there, car park at the upper Lake Carken. Just a big hunk of squid with one circle hook through it, just lobbed that out there, and then a meter plus mulloway like picked that up and ran with it.
Wow.
And he landed it.
I watched your video when you were going down your kayak. A guy by the name of Steve had got his lure caught in a tree there, and you paddled over to it.
Oh, yes, yeah.
And there was a massive fish on the end of it.
Yeah.
Was Steve a happy man?
Oh, he was over the moon.
Did you take it over to him, did you?
Yeah, no, because I saw this like, I'm not sure how to say, just like this old man that like really looks such a sweethearted guy, and he was fishing there, and I was upriver busy cooking up a fish. And then I had a big run there, and then the fish got off, and then I saw this guy coming past with these tiny little paddle tails. I'm like, oh, he's maybe brim fishing or something. And he just has a cast out in front of me, and I'm like, oh, this, that, and then I just see his rod just like completely bent to the left. And then I'm like, oh, okay, he hooked something, that's cool. And then I see him start like getting really excited, and then I'm like, okay. And then I saw it go to the left, and then I saw its mouth, like just on the other side of the bank to where I was. And I was like, whoa, okay.
Wow.
Okay, so then I was like, oh man, I got onto my kayak, quickly paddled over to that side, and when I got really close to it, like in the video, you just see this like this bucket mouth, this is his head just chilling there.
It's a big fish.
Yeah, I was like, oh man, this is the real deal. It's what I've been looking for so long. And then I got it there. I clipped it in his mouth, and then when I saw what lure he was using, it was a tiny thing. And then I hooked that out. I like paddled around the side, and then like he was probably 2 meters above me in elevation, like on the bank. And then like I got it up for him, and he was so chuffed to have that picture that he started like telling me all the little nitty gritty tricks. And
you went and brought one of those lures.
Oh yeah.
Straight away.
Man, yeah, BCF had to restock real quick after that. Yeah.
That's the one that's going to work.
Yep.
We do ask all our guests about experiences in food that they might think other people would enjoy. Is there anything unusual that you've eaten that you might think other people might enjoy?
Maybe not that unusual or like weird. I'm trying to think of some strange delicacy that people are, but like we have a sausage called vors, and there's like a South African shop in Albany that you can actually get it. It's like just sausage, but it's a lot less refined. Like it's the meat still like got a bit more texture to it inside it, and it's got like South African spices inside it, and you cook that on a fire mixed with that smoky flavor, and you cook it just enough that it doesn't get too dry. Like the rule of thumb is like when you can break it just by twisting it and it snaps, then that's pretty much good to go.
Yep.
You have that like that. That's pretty damn good.
Yeah. We had someone do some sausages for us recently, and he's a South African guy over at Hopetown, and big reels of it like this.
Yeah,
and,
exactly.
We've been cooking them up, and we've still got a few left because they killed like 3 cows they didn't want, and it's great. A different texture. It might be something like that, and because we didn't actually get to talk to him about how to cook it or anything, so we just put it on the grill downstairs. But it's got a different texture.
Yeah.
But really interesting, and you start to feel really comfortable eating it with that unusual texture, but really nice. Yeah,
It's nice.
I suppose biltong as well is like trying to show my friends biltong. It's jerky. We so like here in Australia very used to it being like super dry and like it seems super safe to eat, but like biltong is cured like where it's like so flimsy and wet and almost pink on the inside. It's already been cured like how like a salami, or I forgot the word for that, the fancy meats on cheese boards. It's the exact same thing. You cut that super thin where it's still like
moist.
soft.
Yeah, that's right.
That's where it's beautiful.
Yeah.
And there's a version of the vors that I was telling you that's a bit thinner, and they dry it as well. So they put vinegar and a bit of salt and certain spices inside it. They dry that out, and we call it droë vors, and that translates to dry vors or dry sausage.
Yeah.
That's also amazing, but it's also a bit to comprehend the texture that you're having. Like it's a stick of meat that's still kind of soft on the inside, but it's like dry.
Yeah.
But yeah, once you get past like, okay, no, this is completely safe to eat and good. That's a beautiful snack. Yeah.
Thanks for that, Robin.
Yeah, no worries.
Chunk and I hope that your YouTube channel succeeds and you put a lot more time and effort into it, and I'm sure it will, because you sound like you're a very passionate fisho, and there's lots of adventures to have down here in the south of Western Australia. So we hope you continue your adventures, and we'll get to see a lot more videos.
Yeah, thank you so much, guys. And again, I really appreciate you guys having me on here. And as I grow and get bigger, and I'd love to be back on here later on at a stage and update on everything that's going on. And
mate, we'll have a chat to you because we want to know about Blue Groper when you get a big one, and we want to see a photo of it.
Oh man!
And then you can move on to another species, then, can't you?
We might have to go catch a mulloway this year.
Oh yeah,
that's my dream this year, is to get a meter mulloway.
Oh yeah.
Well, we might see you up the Calgan, eh?
Yeah.
Sooner or later, you'll see me in that little red kayak.
Thanks for coming in.
Thanks for coming in.
Right, thank you so much, guys. Have a great time.
This episode is sponsored by Hooked on Middleton Beach, twice voted Australia's best fish and chips, 2018 and 2024.